Currently we're under a 2014 Ram 3500 with the 6.7 Cummins, and we're going to be replacing the reducted tank pump, which it's sold as a whole assembly. I'll show you in a second. This is where it lives, kind of right on the driver seats, a little bit more forward up there. But let's go ahead and get this thing out. There's a couple ways you can do this. I'm going to take it out the bottom. This is about the third time I've done it like this. Works just fine. So we got two 13s here. We can get access up in here. And I was up here in here testing the other day and did some stuff. And yeah, it's a Dodge. So we have two connections. Hopefully you can kind of see a little bit. We have this electrical connector right here. We're not going to try to break. Just going to pop it out a little bit. Try it. Get that disconnected. You just got to pull this, try not to say so much. Pull this tab back. And then I usually just pick them from the front. It's a lot easier for me. This is a mini pry bar from Cornwell, which works really good. This line right here, I have to remember how to remove it because I don't. Unfortunately. There we go again. Let me set this over here real quick, and then let me get this line disconnected, and I'll show you how I did it. Because I don't remember. Okay. There's two tabs. Oh, you pull them together. That's right. Gotta clean it with brake clean. Interesting sound. Okay, so I got some of these. Let's try to. Oh, the alarm's going off. Let's try to twist it a little bit. Trying to be careful with this. It sucks, it hits the bracket in there when you try to do that. Okay, so let's see. So what you do with these two plastic things, you just pinch them together. What I did is I used this. You should spray a little brake clean in there. Oh, I lost those. Spray a little brake clean in there to clean them out. And then they'll actually move completely. You don't want to break this. Everything emissions wise is really expensive for these Dodges. But I just pinch it like that. And you have to be careful because back here it actually, if you try to pull it out crooked, it'll hit that brace, it won't come out. But I was able to pinch it with my hand and see it's coming off now, I think. Allegedly. Looks like I'm tugging on this. These Dodges. So let me... Looks like it's pulling on this connector now. So I'm gonna have to pop this down without breaking it. Apologize, but I'm gonna have to do this with both my hands. It's a really bad design, Chrysler. Or sorry, Fiat. Or sorry, Stellantis. So you just push up on each side of that, get that over. I don't want to disconnect it, but now I'm just gonna warn you, this is gonna leak a lot of depth. We're emptying this tank essentially. So this thing I'm putting to the side. This connector is gonna get definite. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. What I do, I spray them out really good, blow them out when I'm done to prevent that, but you're gonna make a huge mess. So I recommend a bucket. And you could have upwards of 5-6 gallons of urea coming out. And this is a special tool I'm gonna use. Hopefully you can see kind of what I'm doing. Let's see. This tool right here works amazing. There we go again. For the last, 6 months I've been using this tool on fuel pumps and all kinds of stuff. It works amazing. And I'll put a link down below for one of these on Amazon. But this thing is just amazing, because usually I do them, I'm a believer, I use a pry bar. But this, it's damn near impossible to use a pry bar and like a hammer to push on it. So like I said, it's gonna make a mess. We're gonna make a huge mess right now, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and turn it. Gonna be gentle with the tank. And usually try to push up on it. This one's in there. Try to loosen up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Here comes the waterworks. Ready? Okay, so like I said, it's massive. I have this green pan here. I don't know how many gallons this thing holds, but I would assume near 5, and it is almost full. So now we're gonna go ahead and pull this thing out. You wanna kind of do this with the quickness, just so that it doesn't, we don't want this stuff hardening and crustifying and looking like some illegal substance that people like to use. You pull the clamp out, here's the pump module. That's $1,600 from the dealer. Gotta love a Dodge. So we got that. There's no seal up there now. Sorry, I really would like to touch this camera. My hands are covered in diesel exhaust fluid, so I can show you what it looks like. Let me clean my gloves off with some brake clean, so I don't really want urea on my camera again. Been there, done that before. But let me show you. I got my, that's what it looks like. There's the inside of the diesel exhaust fluid tank. I know there's crap in here. We're gonna take care of that right now, but let's go ahead and slam this back together. I don't like these open to atmosphere this long. And I have we're gonna refill it with fresh diesel exhaust fluid too. But just to get ahead of this, let's get this cleaned out. Try to get all the urea off this. Okay. I want no urea in that. There's urea all over my arm. Urea everywhere. Okay. Here's a brand new one from Chrysler. Now you kind of got to be careful when you put these in. This is what the new one looks like. I'm going to push this thing to the side so I can actually get in there. This is urea, we'll wash it off. It's a brand new one from the dealer that we bought, the Chrysler. Beautiful, beautiful, expensive piece of jewelry we have here. So we're gonna pre-assemble this. I'm gonna kind of show you how. It's a little hectic right now because the way I'm doing this. We gotta take these fingers, gotta stick them like this. Because these fingers, when we fill it up, they'll float out and they'll lay on the bottom of the tank. I think these are part of the heater assembly. So there's that. And don't forget your brand new O-ring that you're gonna need. So we have that ready. Okay, now we get the fun part, put this thing back in. It's a little bit difficult. So you have to be very careful of pinching these and then the O-ring. And then this locator tab, it sits right here. You'll see it should say locator on there. Yeah, it does. We So we don't want these fingers falling off. Want them to stay inside the tank. And so far so good. I'm sorry, I really wish I could get a better shot of this. And we're looking good right there. The O-ring. I'm gonna check it with my flashlight and make sure the O-ring is in its place, it's not hanging out, which looks to be doing pretty good. Okay, now we gotta put this lock ring back on. You gotta hold this sending unit in while you do this, or else all the work you just did, it'll just fall right out. So there's that. Okay, there's that. We just get the lock ring started. Then we're gonna take our special fancy tool. Make sure it's in the right position. This one it is. The lock ring, or sorry, the location ring is in the right place. And obviously the fit, all the connectors, they're all in the right position. That's what you wanna make sure. And then we're gonna turn this so we don't, if we slip, we don't break anything. This thing, the ones, sometimes they take a lot of force. We need to turn it. There's one. Actually, that's it. Let me clean it off and I'll show you what we just did. You try not to get any brake clean in that diesel exhaust fluid line. But I gotta get the air and blow this out. I'm getting kind of high under here under this brake clean. That's no joke. Okay. We're gonna pull the cap off of the line right here. If I can. Try not to damage the pump. It's not want to come off. Clean this off. I don't really feel like getting diesel exhaust fluid in my eye today. So, let me show you what we got going on. So we're gonna pull this off. Just be careful not to scratch the fitting. If you scratch that fitting, then it might not seal. So we got that. Let's go ahead and plug this line back in. It's really difficult doing it one-handed. I'll get it. So yeah, it's not plugged in. I'm gonna have to set the camera down on the ground. And I got debris all over the camera. Oh, man. What's up, Thomas? What's going on back there with the alarm? What? The alarm. Is that back there? Back shop? Oh, yeah, that was a Camaro. Oh. Trying to hook up the ground cable and the alarm's going off. I'm trying to figure out why. Are you busy right now? Well, I've been busy all day. No, can you do me a favor? Can you grab me the air hose and the blower? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, I pinched it and then installed it and it clicked. Look at all the crustation on my glove. It was good urea this thing had in it. So I pinched it, popped it, sorry, my brain is all over the place. Pinched it and then I kind of popped it on. I felt it click, so that one's good. You can see how nice, the locating tab, we're good right there. Everything is good. What I do recommend, we're gonna blow this connector out real quick, get it nice and clean, plug it back in. We gotta reconnect this too, don't forget. I almost forgot about that. Cool, thank you. And then we're going to put some diesel exhaust fluid in there and just make sure that this does not leak. But I'm fairly confident that it's good. You just want to make sure the seal's not hanging out anywhere and it kind of goes in its place. It's a little bit kind of iffy, but that's just the way this thing is. I mean, the right way to do this, actually, you're supposed to take the tank out, flip it upside down and do it. But they give you an access cover here. I mean, it doesn't really make much sense. Anyways, take the tank out, you're supposed to drain it anyways, which, so it's like, why take the tank out? Just do it from the bottom and it's the same result, you know? But let me get some air and then we're gonna blow this connector out. And we'll get this thing all going. Look at all the urea. It's crazy. Crazy diesel exhaust fluid. Just remember, we're saving the world a plastic gallon or a plastic container and a box every time we use it. Hey, did you fix that F-150?
What up, Andy?
Yeah. How's it going?
You know Nick, right?
Who?
Nick, my writer.
Give me 1 second.
You don't work, you can't pay rent.
I got all my fingers.
Let's plug it back in. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling with urea right now. But I need 2 favors. One, please subscribe. We're almost at 1,000. Second is let me know if it leaks, because I won't be able to see it from the top. So we got 5 gallons of urea, which is good to go. So there's no leakies. We're gonna go up top. I'll wash all this off. I'm gonna spray it with water, try to get it all off. I don't want to waste brake clean like that. But we're gonna go inside, clear it, do the pump override test, make sure everything's good, and it should be good to go. Those 2 back there. And then this is what your tools look like when you're done. See all the def on there? It just wipes off though. Wipe all that off. Cool. Just want to document this thing only has 109,000 miles on it. So here's the codes right here. Or sorry, not here's the codes. Here's the scan tool. So we're gonna go engine. We're gonna go ahead and just we're gonna clear the codes, and hopefully everything stays at bay. NOx exceedance, that's okay. The P208A, that's gonna come back. Once it runs for a little bit, that code will eventually clear itself out. So cycle the key, turn it off, turn it back on. Start up the RAM. NOx exceedance, that's okay. That code will go away eventually. So we're gonna go functional test. I don't think it's in functional test because I'm being a little special today. Just turn it off, turn it back on. So, diesel exhaust fluid test. We're gonna do the prime override test. Let's see if this works. Just complete, turn the ignition off. This is off, I'm gonna cycle the key to restart the test, because I'm probably rushing it. Okay, let's try it again. This test may not run. These things are just weird. This test complete, turn in 1 minute. So we might have to turn the ignition off because I keep... Test complete, those should become purging. The ignition until purging is complete. So we'll let it do its thing for a little bit, and then I honestly can't hear it because the music's so loud, but we'll let it do its thing for a couple minutes. I think it's just trying to get all the air out of the system, and then we'll fire it up, make sure no codes, we'll let it run, and then we'll go drive it. I'm actually gonna have someone else go drive it and make sure that it's good, because I have a few more things I have to do today. We just have the NOx exceedance. So we're gonna go system tests. Yeah, we'll be fine. So I'm gonna have him go drive it. I'll let it run for a little bit, make sure that NOx exceedance goes away. Battery's a little weak too. And we'll make sure this code doesn't come back, and make sure this code goes away, and we're good to go. Before that code, it had a, I'll post it up here, I'm not exactly sure which one it was. It was for the pump motor. It would come back instantly. You clear the code, it'd come right back. It wouldn't even let me run those tests before because the code was in there. Another little gripe I have with the Cummins of these pumps, because there's 2 things that it could be when you're changing that pump. When you get a pump motor code, it could be that there's a module on top that actually controls it, because it's like a, I don't want to sound stupid, but it's like a 3-phase DC motor. I don't think 3-phase is the correct term, but it has 3 wires that feed the motor. And what happens is that control module can go bad too. There's a control module on top of the def tank. That can fail as well. And the way that Chrysler makes you want to test it, they want you to unplug it, short 2 out, and then short the other 2 out. Or sorry, I'm being very vague, but you short 2 out, essentially unplug it, short 2 out, run the test, and then short 2 out, and then make sure the code switches. This one it did kind of, but it was really difficult because it kept throwing me out of the test. Because it won't run the test when there's codes in it for that same system. So I don't understand why they want you to test it if you can't really test it because it throws a code. So, but that's just a Dodge for you. But so far so good. I'll report back and we'll let you know. Every single time I go on a test drive, I always forget my camera. I ended up driving this. I drove it a few miles. I'm not sure, 4 or 5 miles maybe. You'll be able to tell with, well, not really. But no check engine light, no codes. Everything's looking really good, so that's good to know. What I wanted to let everybody know is that code P208A, the NOx exceedance deactivation of EGR, that is a secondary code. That is not a primary issue. So what I actually had to do, I let the truck run for about 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. Code didn't clear itself, so I shut the truck off because Dodges, you have to turn them off to clear codes. Shut off, cleared codes, started back up, no codes came back. And this is the state that we've been in. So it ran for about maybe half an hour before I test drove it. So far so good, everything looks good. I'm comfortable to ship it. And the little piggy took 5 gallons of diesel exhaust fluid. So everything seems good with it. We're gonna let it roll. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.